Hello? We're here to talk to you about Georgia's reproductive system. We found out last year that George was born without something called a Vas Deferens. So we're going to walk you through a little bit of a timeline of what we've been going through and what's coming up and what you guys can get excited about buying these hoodies. So in May, we took a sperm test. Well, not we, because George took a sperm test and found out that when the test usually comes back low or normal, it came back with nothing. So that was kind of scary. From then in June, George went to a urologist, and we found out later that month, we got referred to a specialist in July, that George was born without what's called a Vas Deferens. So he was born because of a cystic fibrosis mutation that he is a carrier for. So the long term is Congenital Bilateral Absence of the Vas Deferens. So it's very sad, very scary, very interesting. Learned a lot of stuff and decided what our next steps were, which we only had one option, and that was IVF. So we started to investigate IVF clinics and our insurance options to see what was covered, because it's really expensive, and we have to do genetic testing on top of just standard IVF. Well, we don't have to, but it's something we opted for. So found out that T-Mobile actually covers not planned, actually covers a portion of IVF treatments. So left my insurance with my company and joined T-Mobile in January. January 6th, we met with our IVF clinic that we chose based off of, they're called Center for Excellence. And then January 13th, had a sewn histogram, and everything looked good. That thing sucked. Forgot to take pain meds. Did genetic testing. Found out that I'm also a carrier for something called Usher type 1F. And then January 29th, so we didn't have to go through all this for nothing. Had George's balls poked and found some sperm. If we learn how to put pictures, we'll probably put an image of George's sperm right over here, over Lolly's. And then in February 28th, so about a week and a half ago, we started IVF injections. If anybody knows anything about me, I don't do well with needles, and I don't do well with blood work. I have complete and utter panic attacks. I'm not a warrior or a champion. I'm a big old puss. So we've been doing injections, and tonight will be what's called a trigger shot. And that trigger shot, I don't know what it does, to be honest with you. I haven't Googled it. But we do one tonight, or two tonight, and then something tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, March 10th, I'm going to have an egg retrieval. So, and then, yes, George has to go through a very suffering sperm extraction again. Literally the only thing he has to do for this whole baby making thing. But he'll do that in the morning on Tuesday. So we have been recording our injections every single day for the past few days. So I can Greek guilt or Italian guilt, because our future, hopefully, baby. And every time they do something wrong, I'll sit them down.
Oh, why is that what hurt
the
so
trauma
much?
that their mother went through. And then we're just going to record our process. If you don't hear anything from us after March 16th, it's likely something really sad didn't happen, and I probably will shut down the internet. But if good stuff starts happening, we're going to share with everybody. But we're going to raise some funds and some fun. We enlisted one of our besties, Matt Ruber, who's about to be a dad in a few weeks too. He has made a really cool shirt for people who have infertility issues or don't, or had a vasectomy. We spiced it up. And then for people who don't relate to any of those things, and you're a fan of Harry Potter and Star Wars, we've got some really comfy hoodies and shirts that we are making as well. So we just wanted to let everybody know what's going on, because I'm sure people want us to reproduce. And we can't be with this depressing one for the rest of it. Someone needs to spice up her life too. I think that's all.
Yeah.
This is a weird thing for us to do. We're not typically ones. Well, I'm not typically one to take a selfie. This guy really loves himself. So.
Have you seen this?
I know. All right. Well, we'll keep you guys posted, and we'll as soon as I get our website up and running, we'll share the links to how to get those shirts and hoodies. Thank you guys.
Bye.